Hello everyone. Today I was doing something for my friend. I was making a custom harness and some power cables, and I decided to do a video about cabling, clean wiring. There's a lot of content online that you can find with much more better instructions than I'm going to show you, but I decide to do my own. So because I believe that clean wiring is as important as tune and stuff. So these are the A-pillars. So you can see it's my wiring. And we're going to go through some examples. I'm going to show you how I do things. Okay, so let's start with power cable. This particular example is 25 square mil, which is 4 gauge. In my current bill I use 35, which is 2 gauge. You can use 0 gauge, whatever you're using. We need to cut the plastic thing, expose the wire. There we go, pure copper. Then we're taking a lug nut, so we can find these all over the place. So with these, you can see the numbering is 25 and 6. So 25 means that it takes 25 square mil. If you need a bigger one, 35 or 50 for 0 gauge, and 6 is going to fit an M6 bolt. So for my build, I have 35/8, but this particular example is 25/6. Put it in like that. Should have cut it a bit shorter. I didn't measure, but it's fine. And then we will need these big boys. So this is a crimper. Basically crimps multiple of different sizes. So you can see 25, that's 25 mil. Just take it like that, put it in, and just crimp it. I'm not going to crimp this one because I'm going to be wasting a crimp, but I have one already made. So that's a crimp. It's exactly the same, 25/6, and this is a heat shrink. Is 3:1 ratio, so it is big, but it shrinks a lot, and it's glue lined, so it has glue inside, and when you heat it up, all the glue, I don't know if you can see it, is there? So basically it's with glue. So whatever you're gonna have in the engine bay or outside or wherever, ideally you would want it glued lines, so it will be like a seal, a proper seal, and you have no air in the cables. That's a power cable. Yeah, so if you do this, just put that on top like that, and you just use a heat gun, and you're gonna have this. Cool. That's power. Now we're gonna go with something simpler. So this is a speaker wire. And how can we make it pretty? Let's splice it like that. I use these. It's very handy. It was like 15 quid, so maybe, I don't know, $20 in American, something like that. You can adjust just for you how much you want, and we will be using wire ferrules. So this whole set was probably, again, 15 quid, $20 on Amazon, and it has a variation of different sizes. So for this particular wire is 2 square mil, so we will be using the black ones, 2 square mil. So you have bigger ones, 2.6, 3.9, and smaller ones as well for very small wire. So we'll be using black ones. So I'm going to take one black one. Actually, I'm going to take 2 of them. Now I need to know how much do I need to strip. So we'll need to strip something like that, yeah? So, yeah, something similar. Tiny bit more. Clinked. Clinked. Twist it a tiny bit, and we're going to put this one on top. Just like that. So you can see the wire, I don't know, probably you won't see, the wire is still the end, which is exactly what we want. So these little ferrules, they're amazing for anything you put into an amplifier or stuff. And you just crimp it. This one as well. Crimp it. And you can see, have a very nice crimp. And this is not gonna go anywhere. So you're gonna put it in the amplifier as speaker wire, or same with the, you can do exactly the same with this one. So for this, you will need a bigger one, which I have. Apologies. I have them here. Ferrules. So this is 4-gauge ferrules. Put it like this. Exactly the same. Heat shrink on top. Shrink it up, and you're gonna have a nice wire for your amplifier. Because if you're gonna put an amplifier like this, it's gonna go all over the place. So always use ferrules, and everything is gonna look nice. Okay, so for this. Now you can put some heat shrink. I have loads of heat shrink, and there's different sizes. And I have some black ones somewhere. Yeah, sorry, red. There we go, red. So like this on top. Black one as well. It depends what you want to do. So now I'm gonna put some of this on top. So this is braiding, or whatever you call it. People in America call it text flex. And I'm just gonna cut a piece like that, just to demonstrate. So when you cut it, it's gonna go all over the place. It's gonna start to fray. So what you need to do is, you can use a heated knife, but I just cut it with scissors, and then I just burn it a bit. There we go, like that. I don't know, it's not gonna go anywhere. And this one just glued shut. Okay, so I'm gonna do it again. There we go. Perfect. Then I'm gonna put the wire inside. Braid it through. Just like that. Now what I'm gonna do, just to make it look pretty, I'm gonna cut some of the red, some of the black. The black one is a bit too big. No, it's gonna be fine. Okay. The red one. One. This is a bit too big. I would want to find a smaller one. This one? Perfect. Just like that. Now this one, oh, now we need a bigger one, so probably it's gonna be this one. Is it gonna fit? No, need a bigger one. There we go, this is gonna be fine. You can use like a buy a kit as well. It's super cheap. Heat shrink is super cheap, and it's very nice to have varieties, different sizes. Okay, just make sure it's in half. Cool. Good stuff. And see, you can put it into an amplifier, a speaker wire. So compare this to, if I'm just gonna open this. So compare this and this. Let me just put all of this aside. Yeah, it's quite a difference. This looks like high-end stuff, and this is what everybody else does. Yeah, so it's not that hard to make these. If you want, on the end you can put the connectors, which are these. Again, very cheap. They're called XT connectors. So again, they come in different sizes. I use XT90 for subwoofer and XT60 for everything else. So instead of these, I'm gonna put this, or you just need to solder them on, and then you're gonna have something like this. Yeah? For easy connect and disconnect. These are my A pillars. I just took them out for now. Yeah. Good stuff. Now, another thing is labels. Some people use like a label maker and stuff. Very, very cheap. So printer, just print it out. Cut it out. I'm just gonna give you an example, just one. There we go. And then what we need is we need clear heat shrink. So I have a bunch of it. It's exactly the same like that one, just clear. So I have something like that. And then for this one, I will need I will need to have a bigger one. That's the one. That's the bigger one. This is a smaller one. This is a bigger size one. Let's cut a bit like that. Feed this through. Actually, I'm gonna put it on there. Yeah. Just on the top. Put this one in the middle. It is a bit fiddly, but sorry, just went out of the. I'm not used to filming like this. There we go. Then heat gun. And there you have it. Speaker wire that looks, I don't know, I think it looks professional with braiding and everything. Yeah. So this is an example. What I did for my friend is just made a custom harness. So loads of wires. I didn't finish this one yet. So I did this. I didn't finish this one yet. It's not heat shrunk yet, but just like that. Yeah. So it's all gonna go into an amplifier. Everything ready. So if you're wondering why these are different sizes, because it's amp is a bit weird. Actually, I'm gonna bring it and show you. It's gonna be more interesting. So this is the amp hertz. And you can see these speaker cables, and they are I don't know if you can see, stacked. So that's why I put these in different lengths. So when I'm gonna stuck them in, they're gonna go like that and like that. And when they're gonna come out, it's gonna be equal length. And that's why it's a bit different. So all those small little details that actually matter. So these things, I buy them from China, super cheap. It's like less than £5 for 5 meters. So it's like £1 per meter. So in American terms, it's gonna be maybe $8 for 3 feet. I just have black and red, different sizes. So this is for like a single cable. If I would like to just put text on this one, it's like red. Yeah, this is for like a double. So for a speaker wire, it takes 2, 14, 16 gauge, that kind of stuff. And then I have somewhere, I don't know where, I had somewhere for the big power wire as well, everything text flex. So let me show you what I did in my car. Okay, so this is my car. Let me just pop this one off. There we go. Okay, so I did what's called a big 3. So braided loom, this goes to the alternator, lug nuts, the heat shrink 3-to-1 with glued, all the cables, and it goes inside in the car. Then if you see this one, red one, so this is a charging point. So I have red and I have black, and it comes here. And now, as you can see, I'm charging my car, so I have a charger attached to it, and it's just there inside. And these are my grounds as well. Yeah, so all of this, and let's go to the back. I'm redoing my car a bit, so yeah. So all of this, yeah, different colors, everything terminated. All of these, so for example, these are not covered with braided loom, but it has like ring terminals. This is for the subwoofer, and let me show you where I put that one, the connector. This is a mess. So there we go. Oof. There we go. That's the XT connector that goes directly into the box, and it's quick disconnect for the subwoofer. So my advice is always don't skimp on anything. If you do tuning, do it right. If you do wiring, do it right as well. Invest some money because it's not that expensive. So these, I bought them used like literally last week, 20 quid. This one 10 or 15 quid. This kit is 10. These, if you buy them like branded, they're probably gonna be a bit more expensive, but from China, come on. Heat shrink, super cheap. This is like £2 and it's gonna be forever. So different sizes. These ones, that's the whole kit as well. It's like less than £10 for everything. So you have all the ring terminals, spades, forks, and all of these for like literally if you want to connect speakers. And ferrules. So ferrules, you can buy them separate as well. These are copper ones, but these ones I don't really like them because they don't have any kind of flange. If you're going to put them on a wire, it's very difficult to put heat shrink for it to stay. Heat shrink tends to come off of it, so these I don't really like them. I like these though. So if you were wondering why it's such a mess about these, it's just because my little one loves to play with these. So every time she sees me doing wiring, she's like, oh, I want to play, and it's just, that's why it's a mess. So yeah, but again, different sizes, and they're very, very nice. Oh, one little tip. This one, yeah, it has adjustment on it, so you need to make sure that you put, if you're using smaller wire, you need to make sure you put it on the strongest grip, because otherwise you're gonna do your wiring and it's not gonna grip it very, very tightly. So you want it as tight as possible. And just make sure you're putting the correct ferrule on the correct wire. Because, for example, if I'm going to take this one small and I'm going to take, for example, this orange, yeah, I'm going to put it like this. It crimps. Actually stronger than I expected. It comes off. So you just need to make sure you put the correct size on this one. So invest in some wiring, take your time doing the wiring and do it. Please, we need more pictures on 12-volt wiring club because that stuff is amazing. Thank you very much for everything and buy all of this.